Today, I've set myself a challenge to find as much profit as I possibly can in just 30 minutes, with nothing other than my computer and my online arbitrage skills. Now, if you're brand new to it, what that means is I'm going to be researching products available at a discount from online retailers that I could flip on Amazon for a profit. This is real, raw, over the shoulder, no preparation done video that's going to show you exactly how I go about doing this. So I've prepared my browser window, I've got my timer ready, I've got 2 websites that I'm going to research on, and I've got Keeper in case we have to make our way over to there, and I've also got my Amazon window with my Chrome extension profit calculator installed. I'm ready to go. You're going to want to stick around to the end of the video as well, because we're going to tally everything up and see exactly how much profit I made in just 30 minutes. So if you're ready to go, I am. Let's hit the timer and we'll get into this. So there we go, timer is counting down. Hopefully that's going to scream at me and let me know when we're done. But I had another place that I was going to start. I usually start off on a deal aggregator website called Slick Deals, but this morning it's having problems and we're getting a server 500 error. So instead I'm starting off on Woot, which is one of my favorite websites to buy products from, and I'm going to head to my favorite category of electronics, and we're going to see what they have available right now at a significant discount. So the way I work on Woot is I go to the electronics category. Again, just me personally, I like the electronics category. I sort by newest first, and I want to look for brands that I recognize that I might be able to, like I say, flip onto Amazon for a profit. So a lot of these, they've got nice discounts, but we need something a little bit more substantial. We can't sell Amazon Basics. This has no brand attached to it. Instant Print Camera, yeah, none of these have brands. So I'm looking for brands that I recognize that I could then compare on Amazon and see how much they're selling for. We can't sell Apple. There are a few brands that are just out of bounds for us as third-party sellers, and that's totally cool because there are millions others that we can sell. So I'm seeing lots of products here that don't have brands. Gear IT, I'm not too sure about that actually. I think that could be something we could work with. Let's go take a look. So when I see something that has potential I'd like to spend a little bit more time looking at, I open it up into a new tab. I use the browser, a keyboard shortcut there. I held Control on my Windows computer to open it, and I click the link and it opens it in a new tab. And then when I go to the product, I click on the reviews, because in the address bar here we have what's known as the ASIN, which if you're brand new to selling on Amazon, then you're probably not going to be familiar with that. But the ASIN is Amazon's unique identification number that helps them to link it up to the correct listing. So by searching for that, I found the exact listing here. We can now do a profit calculation. This number is being pre-populated, which tells me that someone on the team has already looked at this before. It wasn't me before this video, and the price is different. It's $84.99. So they probably found this same product at a different store, which is quite exciting because it means that we'd potentially be able to buy this from somewhere else as well. When I say someone else on the team, we have a team of product researchers whose only job every single day is to go out there and find profitable products, and we share those with some of our high-level clients. So we're going to give this a moment just to recalculate. I've entered the buy price, the sell price is pre-populated, and what's going to happen now is behind the scenes Buybot Pro is going to be considering Amazon's fee to store the product, to ship the product, to do everything, the commission for allowing us to sell on the platform, and it's going to work out a profit, an ROI, and like you can see here, it's telling us how many times per month the product is selling. So this is looking really good. $41.45 profit. We can grow our original investment by 48.77%, and we've got absolutely no concerns regarding sales volume because it's sold over 100 units in the last 30 days. And just for a bit of peace of mind for myself, I want to see here, yep, we've only got one competitor. They have 113 in stock, but again, I'm not concerned about that because if we just price match them, then we are going to sit alongside them and we'll win an equal share of the buy box until we're sold out. So with this is our first profitable product. I'll be sticking this one to one side until the end so we can tally it up. We can buy 3 of those, so we're limited to buy 3, so we can make at least just under $150 just from this one single product, and we are less than 5 minutes into it. I'm already getting excited here. Let's see what else we can find. Right, so we have another Gear IT product. It's only 35% discount and a far smaller price point, far lower price point. It looks to be something that could be quite heavy, but we'll go take a look at it anyway. So once again, to pull up the ASIN, we click on the number of reviews and head over to there. The only reason we're able to do this is the one website that we're able to look up the ASIN for. That's because it's an Amazon-owned website. It's like an Amazon clearance website. So all the product is brand new unless otherwise stated, and this here is new condition. You can see there, new condition. So there we have it loading. Yeah, I'm thinking that this could have either a very slim profit or it might just be a little bit outside of our window. So we have minimum criteria that we look for. We need to have at least 20% ROI and at least $3 profit. Beyond that, it doesn't allow for movement of prices up or down. We want something that allows us that has a little bit of wiggle room. Should a new competitor come onto the scene, drop the price for a little while, we don't want to be sitting there with not a lot of wiggle room. So it is actually working out quite nicely. $8.62 per unit that we sell, and we're growing our money by 33%. Again, selling just over 100 units, sold a little bit more in March than the other one, but 100 units over the last 30 days. So that's looking really good once again. And if we look at the competition, see who else is selling, that same store again with 155 units in stock. So 2 deals now that work and are profitable. So let me just organize these so we have the opportunity to come back to them later on and add them up at the end. Just over 5 minutes in, 2 profitable deals so far on just one website. To be fair, this is one of the greatest websites to source these products from. So if you are just getting started, I'd highly recommend Woot as a source. And I have another website, and look, if we even need to get there, I don't know, we might spend all of our time on just these 2 websites, but I have Keeper ready there for some Amazon Flip research, which we'll see if we need it. Right, so Sennheiser, I do love this brand. They make some really nice headsets, electronics, gaming stuff. Not many reviews, only 40 reviews or ratings. I use that as a gauge before I've gotten to the point where I'm actually looking at the sales volume, because it gives us an indication of how popular the product might be. If we looked at those other products, we were looking at something with 1,500 reviews versus this one with just 40. It doesn't mean it's not selling, it just means it's not sold as many. So I'm predicting a lower estimated sales volume here, but it still should be within the range that's acceptable for us. So I talked about minimum criteria earlier. One of the other pieces of minimum criteria that we're looking for is sales volume. So I need to see, for me, anything that's selling at least 5 or more. Why just 5 units a month? Well, because we don't need any more, because we're limited when we're purchasing these products from online retailers. Again, with this one, we can probably only buy, we can only buy 3. So we're limited to a quantity of 3. So we don't need a product that's selling hundreds of units per month, because it just doesn't matter. 3098. I'm not feeling confident about this one. It should be smaller and lighter, but it's actually showing nothing on the estimated sales. And when I put my cost price in, it brings the profit down to 580, and it brings us below that minimum ROI of 18%. So we can forget that one and move on. Like I was saying earlier, we will check more products, we'll review more products than we actually purchase, or our hit rate, should I say, will be lower than our research rate. Lots of Apple branded products here. We can't sell Apple. It's locked down on the Amazon platform. Only Amazon can sell it. Which is fine by me. I just skip on by because there's plenty of stuff that we can sell. I don't recognize these brands. Brand recognition will help speed you up here if you have a good knowledge of brands. It's not essential, but for the challenge that we're currently doing here, it's essential to be able to do it really, really quickly. It's something you can learn in a short space of time. I'm going to skip over phone cases because they tend to sort of trend out quite quickly. Lots of phone cases here, so in the interest of speed, I'm just going to continue to power through these pages because there are lots of pages to look through. And phone cases, not for me. I'm going to keep going. Keep scrolling through these until we find something other than phone cases. I'm really hoping that they have something else. 37% off. So I was saying earlier on we want 40% off plus. This is close, but the problem is the price point is low. If the price point was higher, it's kind of on a sliding scale, right? Think about it on a sliding scale. We'd take a 20% ROI on a higher price point product because the 20% will still contribute to a significant sum. I don't recognize this brand, Easy SMX. I'm going to skip it because I don't recognize it, and it could be what's known as a private label product. We do find private label brands on this website, and for anyone who's new and doesn't know what private label means, it is where a seller, just an average seller like you or I, creates their own brand of products and resells them on Amazon. They import them from China and what have you. So I was just looking to see this one. This has got a lovely discount, but it is a damaged box, so it wouldn't be sold in new condition. So we'll skip over that. Philips headphones, 14% discount is not enough. We need a bigger discount than that, so we can just skip over it. One of the mistakes that I see people making who are brand new to this is they spend time researching products that had no business, had no potential anyway. So I see people would actually go through the analysis process of a product with only a 14% discount. We need at least 40% or more. 30% in higher price products, but again, 1983 down to 11, even with a 40% discount. Once we account for Amazon's fees and all that good stuff, all the profit's going to be gone. This one could work. Let's try this because we've got just over $10, and it looks to be a small, lightweight product to me. It may not be, but small and light is always a good sign. So we're going to grab the ASIN for that again. We're going to go back over to this Sennheiser. I'm just going to move this tab so I don't have to keep going too far. They are selling for $19.26 on Amazon. We can buy them for $8.97, so there should be about $3 or $4 in this. Should be, he says. We'll see. $8.97. And we'll give it time to now once again do its calculation. So what's happening again behind the scenes here is Buybot Pro is looking at how much the product weighs, how big it is, and then it's going to use Amazon's system to get an estimate, and the estimate is pretty bang on, to be fair. It's worked out based on the same figures that Amazon themselves would give us, how much it's going to cost us to store it, pick it, pack it, and ship it once it's sold. Now bear in mind, we don't pay any of these fees until the product sells, besides storage, which is charged monthly. And honestly, the storage fee works out at next to nothing anyway, because it is very, very, very reasonable. So this is taking a little while for the data to come through, so while that's doing it, I'm just going to scroll down and see. We have an FBM seller here at a lower price of $17.95, but I ignore those entirely because they're not our competition. Amazon does not give the same level of weight to a product that's being sold by FBM sellers. This is what, 10-20% more price wise, we would be much more likely to win the buy box. So we're not getting any estimated sales here. If I hover over, I can see it sold 1 unit in December, hasn't sold one since December. So in that case, I would say that is a no deal. Now we've got Hercules DJ Control, Starlight DJ Control Set. Lots of reviews, only a 38% discount, but the price point is good. So it should mean that we might be able to end up with somewhere in the region of $15 profit. This is a guesstimate. I don't really know how that's going to work out, but let's see. So we'll search that ASIN up once again. It is selling for $103 on Amazon right now. And the purchase price was, just need to remind myself, $63.19. So since that takes a little while to load up, we'll once again put that in, and let's do a quick time check. We have 18 minutes left. 18 minutes. So we're a little under halfway through, and we've already got we've got 2 deals, and somewhere in the region of about $200 profit from from memory. So let's see how this goes. Buybot Pro and the internet demons are slowing me down this morning because it's not loading up as quick as usually does. So $63.19 is the buy price, $103 is the sell price. So our competition is spot on. $103 is the lowest. We've got Amazon themselves there at $103.12. Now a lot of people would tell you that you shouldn't sell on listings where Amazon is present. That may be the case for different models, wholesale perhaps, and things like that, but for me with online arbitrage, I don't care if Amazon are on there, because once again I only buy in small quantities. I can only buy 3 from this retailer, and once I get the buy box, those 3 units are going to sell out pretty quick. So I don't need products selling hundreds of units. I don't need low competition products. I don't need Amazon to not be on the listing. I just need to be able to get on there and contribute and get off. So we can actually make an $18.94 profit from this with just under 30% ROI. So it's still way within our KPI, our key performance indicators, our criteria. It's selling 25 units a month. Once again, not a massive seller. It's not selling great volumes, but these are the products that, quite honestly, most people that I know that operate with this strategy who are beginners just skip over entirely, because they are misguided in looking for products that have hundreds and hundreds of sales per month. It's just not necessary. It's not necessary at all. This will still sell if we work this out. 25 units, it's selling approximately just under 1 unit a day. If we get 3 and we send them in, that's going to sell out within 30 days. So we're looking to get a return within 30 days or less. Sometimes it takes a little while longer, but the average is less than 30 days. So I don't know about you guys, but I'd take a 29%, 30% growth on my investment in less than 30 days, especially when it's to the tune of $18.94 for just a $60 investment, or just over $63 investment. Not too bad at all. So what we're going to do is again just spin that up to the end there so that we can calculate it once we're finished, and we'll move on and see what else we can find. So on to the next page. Again, I'm looking for brands that I recognize. This has only got a 29% discount. It's not quite good enough. 16% off here again. I recognize these brands, but they're just not going to be ones that we can work with. 31% off on this stereo might just be enough, but I think the profit's going to be too low. So what else do we have here? Manfrotto, Pixie, Mini Tripod, 40% off. That could work out. Then we've got a Canon lens cap. That's very small and lightweight. Excited to look that one up. So this actually doesn't have any reviews or ratings, so I'd skip over it entirely because that tells me that the product is probably making 0 to very, very few sales. Too low for me. And to be honest, we can't actually look it up because if there's no link to click on the reviews, then we can't actually see how much it's selling for. We can't find the ASIN to look it up on Amazon. ASIN has brought up lots of sponsored results, but not the actual product. Interesting. Okay, so sometimes this happens, and what we're going to do in that case is it may not be listed on Amazon anymore. So I'm going to search for the listing title instead, and I'm not seeing it. So for whatever reason, that listing no longer exists on Amazon, which is probably why it's on Woot. So we'll skip over it. Move on to the next one. Holy Land Cosmo Video Transmission. I don't know the brand, but it doesn't sound like a private label brand. 4 reviews. I'm going to skip it. Again, if I had more time, if I wasn't on a 13-minute timer, that's all we've got left, I would spend more time looking at it. But we are where we are, so let's go back over to Amazon and look at the next one. So we've got another ASIN here for a Pioneer headset. Oh dear, same again. The ASIN is just bringing up sponsored results, so what we're going to do instead is just grab that title. We're going to copy that and search for the title, but I'm expecting much the same, to be fair. It is an HDJ X10K, $369 versus $302. There's not going to be enough of a difference there for us to profit. GoPro Junior chest mount, no, 35% off. Again, $19.85 down to $12.99. It doesn't leave a lot for our fees and our profit. Not a brand I'm familiar with, but that does not mean it's no good. But 6 ratings tells me I should move on. Lenovo, only a small discount. Beats is owned by Apple, so it's another lockdown brand, so we can't do anything with that. LG is a soundbar, it's massive, and only a 14% discount. No good for us. The reason, by the way, we like small, lightweight products is because we can fit lots into a box. So we put these into a box, or we have a third-party prep center do it for us on our behalf, which means it can be done from anywhere in the world. We have them. We put it into a box, and we ship it off to Amazon. And the smaller and lighter the box is, the more products we can fit in, and we can spread that inbound shipping fee between lots of different products rather than just sending one big heavy thing. I prefer lower price products anyway because it reduces my risk. I like to spread my risk around rather than have all my money tied up in one big heavy thing. Just my personal preference. Maybe you feel different, but in my experience, having done this since 2011, that's the best way. Sorry, not 2011, 2013. I'm looking at numbers and confusing myself. Alright, so this is looking good. We can buy it for $49.99. We can sell it for $99.95. Just double check. Yes, the cents matter. $99.95 is the sell price. So once again, it's doing that calculation, finding out the weight, finding out the dimensions, pulling in Amazon's data to see exactly how much Amazon are going to charge us to not only sell this product, but to have them ship it on our behalf too. So the percentage that Amazon charges, by the way, whilst this is working it out, is based on the sale price. And we can actually get a full breakdown of those fees. Once it loads up here, I'll show you exactly how those fees are calculated, because if you're seeing this for the first time, you might be interested. So it's still working it out. We haven't got any numbers that have shown up here, but so far so good. I mean, I'm very optimistic about this one. It does have 104 reviews. All the other variations are selling for the same price point, which is usually a very good sign. 42 sales in the last 30 days, $38.07 profit for a 76% ROI. We're growing our original investment by 76%, which is really good. So here's the fee breakdown. So the referral fee, $8. That's how much Amazon is charging us based in commission for utilizing their platform. It's a percentage, and each category on the Amazon platform has different percentages. Well, not everyone. There's not like a different percentage per category, but certain categories have certain percentages. I'm not sure what the percentages are. It doesn't really matter because I have Buybot Pro to tell me exactly how much it's going to be, so I don't need to know what the percentages are. So $8 is Amazon's commission for allowing us to sell on their platform. $3.79 is what they're going to charge us to have someone in their fulfillment center pick it from the shelf, pack it into a box, and ship it to our customer on our behalf. But they also take care of the customer service as well. So if the customer has a problem with the item, or they're wondering where it is and they want to follow up on the shipping, they contact Amazon, not us, which is very nice, because if you've ever dealt with the general public in retail, you'll know that it's not always the most pleasant. So total costs, total fees for us in this is $11.89, which is not bad, considering that once we buy this and we get it shipped to Amazon, whether we do that ourselves or have a prep center do it, that's our work done. There's nothing more for us to do. Amazon and everybody else takes care of the rest. So this is, once again, a very, very nice deal. I'm going to spin it over to the end here. We're just over 2/3 of the way through the video, through the challenge here. Let's see what else we can find. And we've not had to lead the first website yet, which is very, very exciting. I do recognize this, but it looks to be quite a big, heavy item. Even though there's a wonderful discount, a really nice discount, it's just a little bit too big and heavy for me. So I'm definitely glossing over lots of profit there. We're doing well so far. The challenge, the experiment is going well. I'm very pleased. This is a very nice discount. I'm kind of skeptical on why that might be. So let's take a look. We'll give it a search. Okay, selling for $30.99, and once again we can buy it for $9.99. They are new. I just like to go back and confirm while things are loading up. Yep, lowest cost competitor is $30.99, which is a very good sign. We talked about the color coding here: grey being FBM, green being FBA, blue is what's known as seller fulfilled prime, where the seller does ship from their home or from their office or from their warehouse, but they qualify for prime delivery because they ship quickly. So it's not selling in great volumes, once again, only 20 units in the last 30 days, but we can only buy 3 anyway. So within a week or so, we'd be sold out, supposing we were competitive, which we would be. And Buybot Pro, I haven't talked about this, but Buybot Pro actually gives you a suggestion on how many you should buy. So it says you should buy 10. Obviously we can't buy 10, but if we could, it would be a good number to buy. So 3 of those is what we buy for a $10.85 discount per unit, by the way, and a 108.61% ROI. So we more than double our original investment there, because we get our $9.99 back plus a $10.85 profit per unit. Very, very nice indeed. We can now pop that one over here to be tallied up at the end. Let's get ourselves another Amazon window open in preparation for our next, guaranteed deal, isn't it? At this point, we're doing so well. Belkin, another brand I recognize. Really nice discount, very nice discount indeed. We can buy 10. I really hope this one works out, because 10 would be wonderful for us here. That would really boost our numbers and make this, just finish this challenge off beautifully. So it's not selling for quite so much as the price that was discounted from. So $34.99 is the sort of retail price, but it's still selling for 23. So at $7.99, that should give us a really nice profit. We should potentially double our money on these. So we should see an ROI in the region of 100%. That's my guess. I could be wrong. It depends on how big and how heavy they are. Headphones typically are the same sort of size, right? Weight-wise, probably not too different either. So it really does depend where it comes out. So we should any second now see that. There we go. $8.25. And on the nose, look, 103% ROI. And it's selling actually very, very well. 106 units per month. Let's just check our competition, just in case we are seeing a higher priced offer in the buy box right now. Not really. We have three other FBM sellers, all at a slightly lower price, but the buy box right now is $23.30. So if we were to buy these, match the buy box price of $23.30, there's no reason whatsoever why we shouldn't be able to match that and get in. And so this is $80 profit just on this one single product. So we can buy 10 of those. $82.50 in fact. So we can pop that over to the end, and we have just 5 minutes left. I can see the little timer there, 5 minutes and 10 seconds left of the challenge. Let me grab another Amazon window because I'm feeling confident. The electronics category is being good to me today. You guys can see why I like the electronics category, right? Because in just 25 minutes so far, we have found, I don't even know how much worth profit. We'll work it out at the end, so be sure to stick around. And hey, look, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a like and drop me a comment at this stage. Give me an estimate. How much do you think profit we've made based on the minimum purchase quantities? Because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be looking at how many can we buy and how much profit we're going to make, and then I'm going to calculate it all up and see how much profit we potentially make if we were to buy and resell all of these. So $54.99. The team has found this before at another store by the looks of it at $49.99. We're coming in at just $5 more, but I would guess that we're still being profitable within our criteria. And yes, that is the case. 27.46% ROI for a 15 $1.10 profit. This is selling some serious volume, 500 units in the last 30 days. So for me, I do operate on a sliding scale. If the ROI comes down, I want to be able to see a quicker return. So for a lower ROI, I want to see a quicker turnaround, and that's exactly what we're going to get with this. Let's just check our competition. Amazon themselves at 89.88, and actually one thing I haven't shown you yet is we can look back and see how Amazon have priced historically, how everybody's priced historically. We can see some lower price points there at $80, but even with that we'd still be profitable, maybe slightly lower ROI, well, just under our ROI, but right now all the competition is considerably higher than that, and based on the sales volume this is going to be a quick turnaround, so I'm not concerned with that one bit. So I'm going to open up another Amazon tab, move this over. We've got some serious tabs open here. I'm excited to add this up at the end. Right, what's next? So that was the Skull Candy. I'm not familiar with that brand. I was saying brand recognition helps. I've been doing this a long time and I still don't know what a lot of the brands are. So this one says currently unavailable. That's interesting. But when I click through, there is a price. So maybe $6 left in this, $30.96 by the time I put that in. I'm not overly optimistic about that being entirely profitable. We've not even needed to leave the first website. We've got GameStop here, and I've got Keeper ready for Amazon Flip research, but we didn't need it. A 30-minute research video, and we're still on one website. Just goes to show you don't need too many places to buy from. The more you have, the better, to be fair. Because if you do have a dry day, I could visit this website on another day, and I perhaps wouldn't be so successful. But I decided at 7 a.m. this morning, just before 7 a.m. recording this video, that I was going to do this. And in the mornings, lots of deals are refreshed, so it's a good time to look. So we're still waiting for this. Okay, yeah, $2.47 profit for just under 8% ROI. Not going to work for us, but we had a look. We had the time to spare. It was worth a look all the same, but it's not going to work out. So we'll continue on. Let's go into computers and see what we can find in there. Just for the last, we've got 1 minute and 39 seconds. I want to see peripherals and accessories because I tend to do quite well there as well. Same again, newest first, MSI Immerse, 248 reviews. This is going to be the last one. We're not going to have time for anything else after this. So fingers crossed this works out because we have just 48 seconds left. There it is. MSI, $99 sell price, looking good. All right, $49.99. I need to get this in the last 39 seconds because if not, it won't count towards the challenge. Come on, Buybot Pro, do not let me down. Let's get this data pulled through. We've got just 30 seconds left before I pause this. I go add everything up and let you know exactly how much we've made. Come on, Buybot Pro, 20 seconds left. What are we looking at? Give me the data, please. 15 seconds. This has got to happen any second now. It's got to. 10 seconds left. I'm really feeling the pressure now. 5 seconds. If it's not loaded, it doesn't count. That's it. Time's up. I'm sorry to myself because I reckon that would have been quite a nice one. Anyway, let's not dwell on it. Now I'm going to put this into a spreadsheet, work it out and see exactly how much we've made, and I will let you know in just a second. Alright, so I've taken all of the products that we found during that 30-minute challenge online sourcing session, and we found a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deals. 7 deals in 30 minutes. I'm not sure how many deals per minute that is, or how many minutes per deal should I say. But anyway, totaled it up with all of the purchase prices. So here are the purchase prices that we researched together. Here are the Amazon prices that we saw them selling at. These are the minimum or the maximum quantities of each product that we can purchase. So there were 2 of those, 10 of those, 3, 2, 3, so on and so forth. And this is the profit per unit that was worked out by our Buybot Pro Chrome extension profit tool. And this is the total profit. So taking the profit multiplied by the quantity, giving us the total profit. And if we add all of that up, you can see F2 to F8, which is this one here, to this one here, totaling that profit up, we would make $428.42. That on an hourly rate, I'm not even sure what that is. Let's do that. Let's do this multiplied by 2. That on an hourly rate, $428 times 2. I mean, it's a little under $1,000 an hour. Not bad, I think you'll agree, for just one website. Just one website. Now just think for a moment how many millions of online stores there are out there that you could buy product from. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you did. If you did enjoy it, give us a like and be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. If you'd like to see us do more like this, by all means let us know in the comments. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching and I will see you again next time.